Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Sunday. Not much going on today. We're going to change the oil in the truck, get ready for Maggie Valley. I am going to pull the wheels off. I got to polish both sides of the wheels. The back side is polished and they haven't been cleaned up in a while. So I got to pull the wheels off to do that. Might do a little spring cleaning around the garage. So this is not going to be the most exciting video, but it's a video because I try to make 2 a week no matter what. So it's real world. This is what we're doing. It's still pretty breezy outside from the other day, so hopefully that don't mess with the audio too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to work. We'll change the oil and start pulling these wheels off. All right, I am going to do the Seafoam treatment in the engine. It's got a knock, but it ain't really a knock. It's more sounding like something in a valve train. The truck does have a lot of miles on it. It's got a little over 200,000. I wish I would have put it in there earlier, but I'm going to put some in it and get it up to temperature and maybe ride around the block a few times, and then we'll drain the oil, then just replace it. Simple as that. I think you're supposed to leave that stuff in there for at least 300 miles, but we don't have 300 miles to go cruising today. So we're going to do about 3 laps around the neighborhood and call it good and see if that'll help with that. So when the engine's cool, it's got a little tick to it, and that's typical 4-cylinder with a lot of miles, I guess. But we'll see if we can clear it up a little bit, and hopefully it does. And I've only changed the oil in this thing twice in 4 years because I only drive it about maybe 1,000 miles a year. So it's due. So let's get at it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that rattle over the air compressors and the engine running. It actually sounds pretty good today, which is odd because it's not exactly warm outside. There's my engine. It's not very showy. Yeah, so we're going to let this run until the compressor's cut off, shut it down. We'll add 5 ounces of the Seafoam to the oil, and then proceed to ride around the block and see if we can get this thing warmed up. All right, we got all the air compressors done running and the engine running. They say to put 1 ounce per quart of oil. This truck holds almost 6 quarts, like 5.8. These are 3-ounce cups. I'm going to put 2 of these in there. Just by taking the cap off, it does look a little sludgy in there. I've never done this to this truck, so. Trying to pour it all over the place. I guess while we're at it, we'll throw the rest of this in the fuel tank. All right, that's supposed to be the magic number. So we'll clean up this little spillage right here, and we'll go ride around the block a lap or 2, and we'll come back and probably let it cool off a minute before I drain the oil because I don't want to get burnt. But anyway, let's fire it up. Ride around the block. Dang, she's a little dusty. We'll take it around the block, get her up to temperature, maybe head down the highway just for a second, and I guess get her up to speed a little bit, because higher RPMs will do more cleaning, I would imagine. So let's go. All right, we're about 10 minutes from the house. Some backcountry roads, a little Sunday drive. I'm leaving it in 4th gear just to keep the RPMs up a little bit higher. Hopefully that'll add to the cleaning action. Again, not a mechanic. fellow Sunday driver out in their 4-door Nova. That was my first car right there. Mitsubishi, right back. See, mini truck Sunday. All right, we're going into the boat landing. I got a feeling it's going to be busy, so let's see. Oh yeah. All right, here we are. Let's go look at the lake. Of course, every time you park it, you have to lay it out. Need to bring the boat out here. I need to get that boat running again, or get a bigger boat. Cool little trail right there. Bring the trail truck out here. Not sure how far that goes. Hadn't ever been out here really, but this is a pretty big lake. So my brother-in-law's out here at least once or twice a week, doing a little bass fishing. Fish off the dock over there. Yep. All right. Well, there's your scenic tour of Blues Creek. That's not what we're here for today. We're here to get this thing ready for the show. So let's get back to the house. I'm sure some people out here looking at me kind of weird. Just walk around. They got all their big trucks and boats. We're making YouTubes for the masses. But let's get back to the house, get the oil drained, and see if it looks any different. All right, guys, we're back in the neighborhood. We'll pull in the garage here and get to work. All right, we got back. We rode around the block. Let's see if the Seafoam really does anything. All right, we got her filled back up. She's on the full line. Nothing, no additives, no Lucas, no oil treatment, just straight up 530. And I think we probably need to run that Seafoam a little longer to get a full effect. All right, guys, right here's where we started really having some audio issues. As you can tell, when we were driving, it was getting a little crackly sounding. I didn't charge the mics up, so apologize for that. But here we're just removing the wheels, cleaning them up, cleaned up the brakes, and put a fresh coat of rebuild on them, a little black, flat black spray paint. And as you can see, both sides of the wheels are polished, and the back sides are pretty nasty. They haven't been off in a couple of years, well, at least a year. Just a little elbow grease and some mother's polish, and we shined them up. And here's me talking again with no sound. So here we go, cleaning wheels. How exciting is that? All right, we got all the wheels back on, and as you can tell, that does make a difference. You can see that shine on the inside. Microphone is dead, and we're going to come back and do a outro because can't leave y'all hanging like this. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today's video. We got the oil change. How exciting was that? How exciting can you make an oil change video? We did do the Lucas treatment. I don't think I did it long enough. I only did it for like 20, 30 miles. We went out to Blues Creek. It's a lake out there. At least we went to the boat ramp anyways. And come back, change the oil. It did look a shade darker, but like I said, I only drove it about 30 miles. So I think you need to leave it there about 300 miles or so. We did do the recommended ounce per quart. And this truck carries just a little bit over 5 quarts. So we put 6 ounces in it just to make sure, and didn't overdo it. But it didn't really correct anything. It still has that kind of a cold knock. It's on the top end. I don't know if it's the cams, like the overhead cams. I don't know how it all works. I'm not a mechanic. I make stuff shiny. I mean, it runs great. Runs fine. I've driven it to Maggie Valley twice, which is 3.5 hours one way. So, and we've been to Rockingham about 2 hours. east of here twice. So I've had plenty of miles on it, trip-wise. I don't drive it on a daily basis. But, yeah, maybe in the future, it could stand a rebuild maybe. It's got 212,000, but it's a Toyota. It keeps on going. So, yeah, that's a wrap for today's boring video. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't expect you to. So stay tuned for next week. We'll get back into painting, racing. The show's coming up next week. So next weekend, and probably for a couple of videos, will be mini trucks and mini truck stuff. The Nationals are going to be huge this year. So if you're sick of mini trucks, sorry about that, but racing will come back. We will be racing some off-road and on-road and oval this summer. A little bit of everything. Maybe do a little bit more traveling with the racing, maybe, possibly. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and we'll see you Wednesday. Thanks.